If you are a Philippine manufacturer who is aspiring to be in the US market and have wondered what the process is to be listed and sell your products in North America's largest e-commerce marketplace, then you are in the right place. Don't go away, okay? Hello everyone, this is Ferdinand Soriano of EmPHorium and co-host for this episode of Dear Philippine Brands. We are calling this episode Let's Unleash Your Brand Globally Through Amazon. Now, this show exists because what we're trying to do is being on Amazon can be overwhelming. We want to create a community comprised of Philippine brands and US-based entrepreneurs who want to get started selling their products on this huge platform. And you can only imagine the size of Amazon, right? Our goal is to empower, educate, and support all who want to be on Amazon. In upcoming episodes, we'll be breaking down how to list your products, how to sustain your success, and leverage the tools that Amazon has provided to sell your products and so on. Now, on this particular episode of Dear Filipino Brands, we will discuss the e-commerce evolution, the Amazon's marketplace, Philippine brands on Amazon, and also why Amazon. Now, joining me today are as hosts, collaborators, and becoming really good friends are Ed Santos of Bench Trading Post, Amazon specialist, and Jiro Tamasi of MT USA, a rising Philippine brand. But before we meet them, let's go ahead and acknowledge some of our supporters and their products, okay?
Hi, my name is Ron, and this is Teofilo Coffee Company. Where we drink coffee black.
All right. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Now, for all those who just tuned in, I want to go ahead and welcome you to EmPHorium's live stream titled Dear Filipino Brands. And on this episode, we're calling it Let's Unleash Your Products Globally Through Amazon. And we're excited to have this event because what we're trying to do here is create a community of Filipino brands that are interested in in the Amazon marketplace. And we're just excited to try to create this and help each other, support each other, and just basically help each other. And that's what we're trying to do. And we put together two groups of people, probably getting more people who collaborate with us, who are Amazon specialists, share their experience on Amazon. And then all of you are watching can sort of learn from that, and hopefully you'll learn to trust these people in our show to be able to provide you with.
Hi, my name is Ron, and this is Teofilo Coffee Company.
I didn't want to show Teofilo again. Anyway, okay. So with that being said, I just want to let you guys know that we had a really good show for you today. So let's go ahead and get it started. So let me go ahead and bring up Ed Santos of Bench Trading Post, and also Jiro Tamasi, and I'll let them introduce themselves because already I think they're amazing. So I'll let them tell you how amazing they are. Mr. Ed, sir.
Hey, Ferdinand. Good evening. Good morning, everyone. We're here in California. Yeah, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Ed, owner of Bench Trading Post. We help various brands, but specifically, we'd like to help with partnership with EmPHorium and Ferdinand. We'd like to help Philippine brands launch their products and sell profitably here in the US, specifically in Amazon's marketplace. I think we are a very good resource for it, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Now, Ed has been doing this for quite a while now, and he's had some successes. And obviously, from what he's gonna tell you, and what our shared knowledge, hopefully you get something out of it. And that's what we're hoping. So again, right now, if you are a Philippine brand or USA-based entrepreneurs watching this, please go ahead and text or send us a message. What's the name of your company? We'll put it on there. And then also throughout the show, just send us a message on what you think of Amazon, not only as a consumer, but also as a business on Amazon. And speaking of business on Amazon, let me go ahead and bring my other co-host, the rising Philippine brand in a rising Philippine brand called M2. He's a marketing director for US for M2. I'll let him tell all about how amazing he is. And please welcome Jiro Tamasi of M2 USA. Jiro,
Woo!
Hey, good
woo!
evening. Good morning, Philippines.
I do have to tell you that I love those red earphones. Where'd you get those earphones, bro?
Best Buy.
Oh, I thought it's like
It's
a
cheap.
special brand. You didn't get it at Amazon? What?
No,
Oh, okay. Hey, so
no, not this
let,
time.
let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about yourself. What's your role here in the US for M2, and what is M2, and what is the drink? Okay.
Okay, yeah. My name is Jiro Tamase, and I am the marketing person. I wouldn't say director, but I'm the one in charge of marketing here for M2 Moringa tea drink. We've been doing business here in the US for 3 years, almost 3 years now, since 2021, in local shops and online. And M2 is a moringa tea drink made from moringa, which is malunggay, okra, and ginger, and then sweetened with brown sugar. And what's best about it is that we we claim, or no, we make the tea using natural ingredients, and it's your healthier alternative for just a regular drink.
Oh my god. Well, it is, man. I mean, if all those people who are watching who've never, tasted M2, you know what it's like. At least I'm not going to insult the product because it is good, but it's just that that's my experience of it. I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm sort of old school. I compare it to Snapple. Okay,
Yeah,
it's like that. It's very refreshing, but you don't feel after you drink it, you actually feel pretty good after you drink it because it actually has a lot of healthy ingredients, like what Jiro said: okra, ginger,
yeah.
moringa. I don't know about you guys, but you should Google right now. Literally, go Google it right now. Look up moringa, and it's a freaking moringa. I mean, a superfood, right?
Yeah, it's a leaf vegetable that you can just find in the streets in the Philippines, and we figured out how to make it a little bit easier to ingest and consume for regular people.
Yeah,
So
great.
that's
I want
short of it.
I want to go ahead and acknowledge some of the people that are currently watching us now, and this is a pretty good start for the show. I want to go ahead and acknowledge Sonia G. De Jesus in the Philippines. Hi, Sonia. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And then we got Kuya William Kai and Pitum in San Diego. He's promoting Cocina, a Taste of the Pacific restaurant in San Diego. We just had our live seminar there a couple of weeks ago. And then we also have May from Global Business Impact. She says, hello, Ferdinand. Go, 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 EmPHorium. May, by the way, for all those people that are watching us in the Philippines, May does US FDA. She's one of our collaborators. She helps a lot of Philippine companies become US FDA compliant as far as their registration. And then, again, I want to bring up the what do you call it? Kuya Will. I don't know why I keep thinking Kuya Will because he's a man about town in San Diego. So he promoted our event there, and I want to thank him for that. So I want to go ahead and do a quick shout out to Mr. William over there at San Diego. Thank you, and also Tress about. So anyway, gentlemen, let's go get into the first segment, which I call the e-commerce evolution. Why don't we go talk about the e-commerce revolution before we start talking literally about Amazon? Okay, so why don't you go get started with that, Mr. Mr. Ed? Go ahead, please.
All right, taking it away. All right, gentlemen, thanks for that quick intro. Well, the e-commerce evolution, I think it's been evolving, and Amazon's been one of the biggest players in e-commerce here. Now, I don't know currently in the Philippines who the biggest e-commerce player is, but I think I've seen Lazada, Shopee. I don't even know who owns that. But just going back here in for North America, it really very much picked up during the pandemic. So what happened was it was I would call it the perfect storm. So it's a lot of people that were shopping online pre-pandemic ended up shopping more online because they can't get anything at the stores, a lot of shortages. And so the other effect was like a lot of people that weren't shopping online as much, or specifically in Amazon, began shopping online and realized its benefits. And they kind of preferred the benefits, the convenience of it. Like probably you can do like you can purchase something in less than 5 clicks, less than 3 clicks in Amazon, and it can be at your door next day, same day, or even tomorrow. And so now, post pandemic, everything's kind of getting stabilized, and now that that kind of brings the ginormous reach of Amazon to all the U.S. consumers. So, long story short, their reach has just grown exponentially, and I think also on another note, a lot of people, like what I said, have realized the ease and benefits of their one of their number one programs, the Prime FBA, fulfilled by Amazon shipping.
I mean, Amazon has just obviously because it knew it's going to be huge. I'm just fascinated by the history of Amazon. But even before the pandemic, I knew that it was going. It's just that I feel like at the end of the day, accelerated a lot of things, which a lot of people know that by now. And I feel like in the end, also, it continues now. There's a certain habit that people have taken now when it comes to shopping, right? So they go to Amazon to do a lot of research, to do all the different things before they actually even buy the product, right? So it's become a tool for a lot of things, but which we'll get into a little bit later. But right now, to me, it's more. To me, it's exciting to see e-commerce grow, but obviously you need to be more now that so many people technically are on it. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Okay. So, but I just want to go ahead and cite some figures that I have on here. It says the e-commerce sector has witnessed an unprecedented boom, particularly accentuated by the COVID-19. In 2021, global e-commerce sales hit a remarkable 4.9 trillion, a figure expected to grow to over 7.4 trillion by 2025, demonstrating the sector's robust expansion and potential for future growth. You can't even discuss that already. I mean, it's just great. We all know that that's the way to go. So that's why we felt like this is a show that we need to sort of create a niche and be able to resonate to Philippine brands, because it is huge. A lot of people are on it, but in the end, it's something that you still need to make sure that you know how to sort of maneuver around it. And that's what I think that's how it's sort of evolved. And now you're just trying to figure out strategies. How about you, Jiro? Being a brand, what is your response to are you thankful for e-commerce, or rather what you have a brand, so what do you contribute e-commerce, the evolution for it, in terms of, is that a good thing for you? What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing because you get to find out people's behaviors online. I mean, marketing behaviors, really, on how they shop. And it's a lot of research, especially for my product, which is niche for some people. It's not easy to just sell some iced tea or sweet tea online without doing research on who your market is going to be, who your target market is going to be. So for my product, e-commerce has really given me that opportunity to just, well, number one, not to just go around and cold call or go to shops or whatever, but analyze people's and consumers' behavior based on the algorithms that they provide. Amazon is one of, I think, initially Amazon was a little bit too big for me. I didn't want to go with Amazon because they have a lot of requirements. They have a lot of they have just too much requirements and needs for me to get in. But as of right now, Ed has helped me. Bench Trading Post has helped me move forward with it, and it's really great to have him just working with to put my products in there. And yeah, Amazon started with books. I remember my first used book purchase in Amazon back in 2006.
Yeah.
And now they've really grown into an empire of just whatever products that you can get. So by whatever products, and by me having a product, I mean, there's a huge chance if you just work with the right people and know the right and research and do your due diligence, you'd be able to make it work for you, for your business. And yeah, that's basically like how e-commerce works for my brand right now.
Well, I think that the reason why e-commerce is working, obviously, because one of the things that I researched was the surge in online shopping is a direct result of increased internet penetration. And to me, that so many people, I mean, they don't go on desktops to buy stuff. I mean, not that I know. I mean, meaning like, I swear, probably everybody does their shopping through their phone. And to me, that's also something that contributed to the growth of e-commerce, right? And then what they call it, mobile commerce. And then then another evolution is live shopping. All of that is all combined. So it's just the whole marketplace is just becoming so that, like you said, you think it was too big, and that's what I want to address in this show, is to maybe create a sort of a hand holding with some brands in the Philippines on how to navigate through Amazon and this huge marketplace. You don't want to get lost. And what I mean by loss is you don't want to lose money. You don't want to waste time. You don't have time for that. So that's the reason why I really wanted to make sure that we created a show like this. Now, I'll go ahead and end it with Ed. Ed, if you have anything else, we'll go on to our next segment. And then we're calling that the Amazon Marketplace, which is the actual, let's talk a little bit more about Amazon at that point. So do you have anything else?
Just on the last note, things might, as I'm just going to imagine this. I'm not in the Philippines and I don't own a brand, and I'm based in, but I'm based here. But to keep things simple, you need to go to the hopefully the right people. Of course, we're trying to tell you we're those right people. But we want to show you what we're doing, what our plans are, and what has worked and what kind of hasn't worked. Because in any arena, there's your David and there's your Goliath. We're kind of like the David here, we're like the small fish. But what we're trying to do is, like, I'm Filipino, but I think other cultures and races share this trait. I'm fairly kuripot, right? I'm gonna try to squeeze every dollar that I can.
I didn't know you were cheap bastard, Ed. You're cheap. You're cheap bastard. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. So that's cool. Okay. You're frugal.
Diligent.
You're frugal. Okay.
I'm just diligent. I want my dollars to work. Yeah.
Got
hard.
it.
And so that's kind of like what we're trying to figure out here. What's the most, I guess, traction that we can get, or volume that we can sell products on Amazon with, I don't want to say minimal budget, because, like, of course there's expenses related to running a business here, but, like, at the same time, how can you get from 0 to 100 with the least amount of time, least amount of money, and be efficient? And that's what we're trying to learn, and that's what we're trying to share. So.
Well, we're definitely going to do that. So why don't we take a quick break so people can get reset, or maybe we can get more people watching us. And thank you so much. People are watching us, and I appreciate you guys doing that. Again, if you're watching and you've got a business that you want to promote, if you want to talk about Amazon, you have an experience about Amazon, or maybe we got somebody on watching us now who's amazing at Amazon already. Well, you can maybe teach us a thing or two. So go ahead and chime in. We welcome that. Because, again, yes, this is a live stream, but I want it to be so that we're all interactive. Make a comment, and then we'll share it. We'll talk about it. And maybe if you want to even be on the show, we can go ahead and try to get you in or something. But at this point in the game, I really want it to be so that if you have any questions, just feel free to do that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a quick break and go ahead and acknowledge some of EmPHorium supporters and their products. And here's the second one. And we're back. That is RAF International. They're the ones who help some of the Philippine brands bring products into the U.S. market. And I also want to say hello to Nancy Marquez. She's awesome. For all you, if you're in the Philippines right now and you're trying to get your products into the U.S. market, whether through EmPHorium or Amazon or whatever, if you just want to send your product to a relative or something, go ahead and reach out to Nancy Marquez of RAF. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's an EmPHorium live stream called Dear Filipino Brands. And this episode is called Let's Unleash Your Brand Globally Through Amazon. So far, we've talked about the e-commerce evolution. It's awesome. We don't have to keep talking about it, right? Because we're not technically a think tank or a research place. We just know it's awesome. So now, well, why is it that our next title is the Amazon Marketplace? Why don't we talk now about Amazon Marketplace? So if you have an experience you want to share with us, please do that. If you've been on Amazon or you bought on Amazon, tell us. But right now, let's talk about Amazon. Some of the things that we want to probably talk about is we want to go into the details of Amazon's global reach and user base, and then let's discuss why Amazon is an ideal platform for brands to access international market. Why don't we start with you again, Mr. Ed?
Well, I think I can just describe it as traffic. They just bring so much traffic in regards with products. For example, if you Google a product, let's say I'm in the store, I'm looking to buy tea, okay, and I Google a product, green tea. The reason I'm looking at Amazon is because I'm trying to figure out too. It's like, oh, if I don't get it at the store, how much would it be in Amazon? Oh, it's cheaper in Amazon. I'll just put it in my cart. So it's those buying habits that make it easy for a lot of consumers here based in the US to really just be on Amazon. It's almost like by default, and a lot of people are programmed by default to look things up in Amazon, even while we're shopping, even while we're inside the store. That's a very strong habit and behavior. And with that, like they just all these products listed in Amazon just get so much exposure. Also, number two is that if you do have a product, a lot of times your product, if it becomes popular, a lot of people are looking for it, and they see it in Amazon. Amazon will since they send so much traffic into their website, they rank very well on Google. So even if you're not advertising on Google, there's a chance that you might be able to piggyback off that traffic that Amazon generates to bring customers to your product. Another one would be, I would call their creme de la creme, like the Prime Day shipping. So imagine ordering something in their website and that product arriving at your door same day, next day, or 2 days. And I'm not talking about business days. I'm saying like regular days, 7 days a week, because they even deliver in on Sundays. So just imagine that convenience. And also, the last one would be the returns. It's fairly easy to return products in Amazon, and all of that combined just really makes it a no-brainer for any consumer to purchase products from them. So it's they really take care of their customers, and I think that's one of the main reasons that they're the top players in e-commerce here in the U.S. and all over the world.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Ed. You're absolutely right. So many things to think about why it's so compelling to be on Amazon. But Jiro, I want to ask you, like, you want to go back earlier where you said you didn't know if you want to be on Amazon because it's huge, right? But I want you to maybe speak, sort of like a Philippine brand, which you are. But how do you think the Philippine brands are seeing Amazon? Do they think it's huge? I mean, I know the biggest ones in the Philippines are Shopee and Lazada. Do you have any sort of, like a take on what you think Philippine brands see as Amazon, and why do they think want to be here? Do they think it's overwhelming also, or what? What do you think?
Well, I think being on Amazon is, I think, synonymous to just being in the US. Because since Lazada and Shopee are big in the Philippines, they don't really need. I haven't seen anyone, or I've heard anyone who orders from Amazon unless they know that the products don't exist in Lazada or Shopee. But as a brand in Amazon, yes, Amazon it's too big. Amazon is too big. Again, I'm gonna come back to the requirements. You really need to be in, like, you follow everything to the T. Like, it's not um, it's not a walk in the park. They're gonna take you out if you do something that would affect their, I don't know, if you break their policies, terms and conditions, or whatever. um, as Ed have helped me, he's uh, made it a little bit easy for me to digest each requirement. Since he has his own store in Amazon, I was able to just allow that listing to be there through his store.
Mhm.
And as a brand, my roles change into how do we want to make everything work for the algorithm. Ed has helped me with that as well. And on my end, I would just have to know not to overpromise and underdeliver. But so as a Philippine brand, I try to take the middle or safe side of not pushing too much ads and overwhelming myself on orders. Since
Mhm.
I'm still a small operation here in the US, we're trying not to be overwhelmed by orders, and as well as not being able to send these products on time. I just want to piggyback on what Ed said about the customer service and buying on Amazon. Yes, I would prefer to buy on only because of the customer service. If if they made a mistake on sending a package, or if they send the wrong thing, or if it's broken when you, or if the the stuff or the thing that you bought from Amazon is broken or damaged in any way when you bought it, just 3 clicks, 4 clicks, you can return it. You can get a refund when they receive it back. You don't even have to pay for shipping to return it. So it's a little bit, it's easier for the consumer to buy, replace, and just basically consume products. And on my end, that's what I have to fulfill.
Mhm.
That's a
Well,
little bit too difficult as a small operation, but we are trying to learn how to move that. And it's not something that should what do you call it, should overwhelm you as a brand. It
mhm.
should, you should accept it with an open mind that you're learning something that a lot of people are not. So customer service, everything else is a big part of being in Amazon.
See, that's why I'm trying to project the show to the Philippine brands that if you have a twinkling in your eye and you're saying, I want to go on Amazon, like you just said, that's what I wanted them to hear as a Philippine brand for, what your experience so far. You want to be here, but it's not easy, and I appreciate the transparency. And that's the reason why, again, throughout the show, I'm going to be saying the same thing over and over again. That's the reason why we want to create this community, so that if you do want to go and eventually into Amazon, then you have sort of an idea of how to do that, and try to get the perspective of someone like someone like Jiro and Ed. And we're expecting to bring in a lot more other Amazon specialists on the show, so that we can continue to do that. Because the thing that I'm trying to bring out here is you can't ignore Amazon. So it has to be, whether you say 100%, 50%, or 30% of your export marketing is going to be on Amazon. You have to put Amazon there somehow. Again, unless you're just really all about wholesaling your products. But if you're going to go to retail and you want to expose your product, you cannot you cannot ignore, is what I'm saying. As much as Jiro said that it was challenging, it's worth it. And I'm sure that's what Jiro also was trying to say, was that it's not easy, but now you have people like us who's trying to do that. So in
Yeah,
the end, yeah.
it's just the reality of it. I'm not gonna mask it as, oh yeah, you guys can do it. You're gonna make money,
Of
all that stuff. I'm not gonna mask it.
course not.
Uh, it's it's challenging because the the product that I'm selling is niche as well. It's not something that you could just find automatically in a store. I'm not a Coca-Cola or some device, electronic device that you could just get and be popular. It's a drink. So there's challenges involved with that, FDA compliance, and as well as logistics. So I just want to bring back what you said earlier, that it's community work. It's like you have to know the people. You may know a lot of the things, and you may start your own business, and you can totally, you can. It will
Correct.
take time, but everything is online now. The resources are online.
Oh yeah.
But with people, if you get to talk to people who know their what they're talking about, it's really great to work with them and understand the process through the experts and the professionals.
There's so much tech that you could do that with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my little slide here, and then we can end this segment of that by just discussing these slides and making comments about what you guys think of these statistics. Okay, so let me see if I can bring up my slide. All right, so here's some stats that I dug up that I thought would be cool to show here. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe I should have made a bigger font or something. The first one is Amazon will account for nearly 40% of the U.S. e-commerce market this year. Do you agree with that? What's your feeling?
Agree. Totally
And
agree.
yeah, let me know why you agree, and just make a quick comment on
Oh,
why you you go.
I'm just,
Yeah, man, I
I'm just
agree, bro.
agreeing for the hell of it.
I know,
No, no,
right?
no. I,
Here, go ahead. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I just agree with that shit. But go
I
ahead.
agree because it's I know people in the Philippines are familiar with Walmart, but Walmart is another competitor. They're like SM Mall. They're kind of that big. I haven't been to the Philippines in a while, so I don't know if they're still the top player. But what's going on is like Walmart, this big competition to Amazon, is like they specialize in retail stores. They're trying to get a big chunk of e-commerce too, away from Amazon.
Mhm.
But the whole uh, I guess a mission of Walmart is to be located within the next, I mean, within I guess like 10 miles of every American, populated city.
Mhm.
10 miles or 25 miles. All right. That's still a good driving distance. So this is where Amazon comes in. You literally don't have to drive. How much is gas here in America? Like almost $5 a gallon. I
Woo,
don't know how
yeah.
much. Yeah, I don't know how
Nope.
much it is in the Philippines, but like
Yep.
over here, so many people in one household, there might be one or two people that are working. Gas is expensive, utilities are expensive. And so when you get to a store and you see the price in a retail store for a product the same as Amazon, you'd be like, oh, shoot, I don't have to drive. I don't have to spend money on gas. My time, it just arrives at my door. It's like, that's a no brainer. And so that's why I believe that Amazon will account for this much in e commerce sales.
Now, Jiro, with that same topic, as a brand, does that excite you that Amazon has 40% of the U.S. commerce market, and you're making the right decision, but at least diving into it a little bit? How does that affect you?
Yeah,
What do you
yeah,
think?
it does affect me. I mean, these are good numbers for a brand to be in Amazon. The
Mhm.
competition will only just be on how can we bring our products out there? How can people know that our product exists in Amazon? We might have the 40%, but yeah, sure, why not 40%? That's great. But will the entire 40% know that M2 is there? Especially Filipino brands. We all know Lucky Me. We all know other things, C2, the drink. But that's a challenge for me as well. And I'm glad that Ed brought up that shipping and I don't have to drive, because that's one of my main selling point on justifying shipping, because gas here in California is a little bit expensive. And
Can we
uh,
tell everybody, just in case the people in the Philippines are watching us now, because I don't know how much gas is it. What was the last time you guys filled up? I filled up 450, and that's like cheap gas.
That's about
yeah,
it. What did you pump gas in the ghetto? Is that what?
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like four
Okay.
dollars and 50 cents, bro. I mean,
yeah,
it's just
Yeah,
unleaded.
yeah, it's 460 something, 450
Yeah.
something would be the average. That's too expensive. So to fill up would be like $40 to $60. Even if the consumers or my customers decide to pick it up from here or from anywhere in different stores, you would still have to spend at least $4.50 for that to pick up M2 or to pick up any product in the store, as opposed to paying uh, $10, $15 for it to be delivered in front of your door, and you're helping someone, at least the delivery guy, have a job and everything else. So you're also supporting businesses and jobs here in the United States.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Now let's gonna go ahead and get to the other ones where the second one was Amazon has 310 million customers worldwide. That's amazing. And then
Mhm.
51% of consumers start their product searches on Amazon. I think that part is amazing, not only from the perspective that not only again that part is where you guys come in, or you Ed, where you talk about learning how to be able to make your storefront online storefront really nice, because that's what they're doing. They're researching it. You have to be informative, and some people don't know how to do that. In reality, there's a lot of people who have stores, they don't know how to make their physical stores look nice. But from a perspective of somebody in the Philippines looking at the store, the online store, Amazon, and going, okay, well, I want to sell this virgin coconut oil, let me look in Amazon. That's what people do. That's a research tool that all the Philippine manufacturers need to know, so that if you want to know how to price the product, then go to Amazon. Gentlemen, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, it's just the internet. It's so I don't want to say the trick because there's no tricks. There's no shortcuts. There's no
It's
hacks.
strategy. It's strategy.
Yeah, the thing with like any product, even on retail, it's like the customers need to see your product. The customers need to know you exist. That's a simple marketing, sales. Like they need to know what your product is, who you are, and what the heck are they gonna get. And so when you're trying to do that online, it's a different kind of way of selling. It's like, for example, when you go to the store, you try to place, I'm talking about retail store, you try to place your products kind of like we're, eye level. You don't try to put it on the bottom shelf. It's like, oh, no, no one's going to look for it there. And so that's what we're trying to replicate too, except it's online. And there needs to be a strategy and always constant, I would call it like testing and trying out things to really find out what's working for your customers, because there's no point for me, and I've shared this with Jiro, there's no point for any business owner, any brand owner to have a concept or theory of their product, who they want their customers to be, because money talks. If you have customers that are in A group, right, and you think or you want customers from the B or C group, but those customers in your head, they really won't buy your product. They don't care about it. It's the A group people that really wants it. So that's who you need to cater for. That you need to speak their language, and that's what we're trying to do in e-commerce. We're trying to speak that language because, like what you said, a lot of people are buying stuff using their mobile devices. Your
Hmm.
product needs to like, oh, pop, and oh, that looks delicious, especially for food products. Oh, that
Yeah.
looks good, because guess what? They're staring at so much other products, and what you're trying to get is that split second of them clicking on it,
Yeah.
liking it, and clicking that add to cart and paying up.
Everybody's got a short attention span, definitely. What
Yeah.
you what did you guys say? All right,
So
so let's go move on, or unless you want
wait,
to say
I
something.
just the 51% of consumers. I think three things come into mind when they start their product search on Amazon: convenience, price, and availability. They would know they if they have a Prime account, they know that they would get the product as soon as they can because Prime
Mhm.
shipping. Price. They you have a lot of comparing prices online because there's a lot of resellers on Amazon for the same product. uh, Availability, you're not going to run out of stock. You're going to get your product at whatever price range.
Oh yeah.
So that's why Amazon is the best place to put your products there, is because you have your own product and you'll never know if there are resellers of that product that you have. And once you get those resellers, your reach will just extend. And if they know that it's convenient for them to get your product as a Philippine brand, you would just have that pool of customers in your at your fingertips, and you wouldn't know what to do with them once you get all those orders running.
Well, basically, you're talking about a long game. Always have a marketing plan or a strategy.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Jiro. Now, the other ones that I want to go ahead and skim through really quick, so we can go to our next segment. Most of Amazon sales come from independent sellers. Okay, so Q, everybody, Philippine brand, independent sellers, Ed Santos. Home and kitchen is the most popular Amazon product category among SMB sellers. And last but not least, third-party sellers in the US sold over, this is sort of staggering in my mind. I can't even imagine that, 7,800 products per minute. And again, that again tells you how huge Amazon is, and for them to fulfill all that order, you have to be a well-oiled machine. But in my mind, the cynic side of me, I'm sure they have their issues and challenges. But at the end, somebody churning out that much or selling that many products at that per minute, that's crazy. So again, this is just a testament to why Philippine brands need to know what they want out of Amazon, what they think they're going to need, and then reach out to people. Again, I'm promoting us. Well, of course, that's what we're doing here, is to help you guys and educate. I'm not hiding that. I want to help. I want to help more Philippine brands be in the US market. So let's go ahead and end that. But before I do that, let me go ahead and flash on the screen May's comment. May from Global Business Impact. She said, Amazon is the trusted go-to marketplace for consumers, especially for those who are new to online shopping. And I tend to agree with that. And also, last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and go to our next segment. But I just want to summarize what we talked about here. First, we talked about the e-commerce concept, the evolution. Now we're talking about Amazon, how amazing it is. Now let's bring it home. For our next segment, let's talk about actual Philippine brands. Besides Jiro on Amazon, let's show what's actually on Amazon as far as Philippine brands is concerned. So with that being said, let me go ahead and go into our next commercial, or rather our supporters. I call them more like supporters. Here's Lemoncito, a brand from Negros.
Born from our humble home and our desire to share true natural freshness with you, Lemoncito Concentrate with honey is the best there is. Rich in vitamin C, Lemoncito reinvents your mom's favorite tonic for a cold or sore throat into a delicious and nutritious drink. No additives, no artificial flavors, no preservatives, 100% natural. Lemoncito, deliciously nutritious.
All right, on this segment, the third segment of Dear Filipino Brands, let's unleash your brand globally through Amazon. And for those who's just tuned in, you're watching now EmPHorium's live stream called Dear Filipino Brands. And this episode is called Let's Unleash Your Brand Globally through Amazon. And with me today, I have Jiro Tamasi, a rising Filipino brand that's been currently put on Amazon. That's why he's here, to give us his perspective, as well as Ed Santos of Bench Trading Post, an Amazon specialist. And we collaborated with these two, EmPHorium, because again, we're trying to create a community of Philippine brands aspiring to be in the US market via Amazon. All right, so we just talked about those two things. Now let's go ahead and talk about Philippine brands. I want our talking points, or our points should be, let's showcase some of the success stories of Philippine brands on Amazon, and also address the benefits and challenges these brands face in the global market. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, an actual page from Amazon, and we can look at some of the Philippine brands as there is. And then, gentlemen, you can just make a comment, whatever you want to do. Like Ed, for example, they're probably doing well. What do you like about them? And Jiro, the same thing. What you get out of the screen. So let's go ahead and do a freestyle of a conversation, critique the products, and do what you may. So we at least can see that there are Philippine brands in the US market, or at least on Amazon. Okay. So here is a page from Amazon. All right. So you guys can start wherever you want to go. Right now, you're seeing this product called dried mangoes, Philippine brands. There's a young coconut, dried mangoes. There's some people selling a balikbayan box, which is an assorted snacks from the Philippines sold in a box. And then you have your tried and true Skyflakes. And you also have, again, more Philippine box. And I've never heard of this one brand called Bear Brand Fortified Powdered Milk. And then you've got I think Philippine brand is doing well. I mean, they're always on here. They got mango balls, mango slices, a lot of mangoes, that's for sure. What do you guys think of this?
They would be the top one. I would say, in my opinion, they are the number one brand in volume. I don't know how much that amounts in sales, but they are the number one brand, Philippine brand, by volume in Amazon. I don't know though who owns Philippine brand, the mango. I don't know if it's still a Filipino company or they've sold to someone here. But they're very popular and they're very successful.
Yeah, they've
Well,
distributed in big retail stores,
well,
like
what do you think
physical
of
retail stores.
what do you think of their brands? Why do you think they're successful?
It's the mangoes. Have
Okay,
you tried?
thanks. I
It's
figured that out.
yeah, it's the mangoes. If you're Filipino and you tried the mangoes in the Philippines, or if you're not Filipino, you should just try the mangoes in the Philippines.
But yeah,
Because it's just good. That's why it's marketable and everybody's just buying it, and it's online, available online. And this is the only way that you can get the mangoes from the Philippines without all the red tape for logistics. Because the mangoes that they sell in some stores sometimes don't meet the quality that what you get in the Philippines. So the best ones that are really sweet and really taste like Philippine mangoes are, usually just packaged, but they're the
So,
next best thing.
well, yeah, exactly. I mean, they've been around for a while. But the thing that I like is that depending on who's buying it and who's coming in to discover these brands, I mean, it's great because, I mean, I've tasted Philippine brands. I'm not knocking them, so I'm just going to put them in I'm going to put them aside and say, okay, you're amazing already. But I feel like just like some brands, like this gentleman, his name is Jake De Leon, who was on Shark Tank, and he was talking about Villa Manila, right? So to me, when I see successful brands, whether on TV or I mean social media or on online like this, then I get excited because yeah, people are getting exposed to dried mangoes, quality mangoes. But there are a lot of other products coming out of the Philippines that I feel like they can put, they can chase after Philippine brands and their mangoes. But here, they're doing something right. So whoever wants to come into the U.S. market, see what's working. These people are selling a lot. I think. I don't know, Ed. Are they selling a lot?
Yeah, so I heard this proverb from what's that movie? My kids watch it, Kung Fu Panda. Something about his.
I thought you were going to
so,
talk about
Something
some.
about mangoes.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's something about. I think it has something to do about the ocean and the blue sea, the blue ocean. Here you go. I'm guilty of this. I think most Filipinos and most Americans have some degree of this. I'm kind of biased for some of stuff from my roots, Filipino stuff, Filipino brands, Filipino fruit. My kids know I love ube. All right, like that's my number one food. But again, money talks because I want you to look this up real quick, Ferdinand. Type in dried mangoes. And before you leave that page, are you still there? Yeah. Go look at the top page on the top page of your search page.
Okay. So wait a minute. I know what you're saying. There's a lot of dried mangoes here, right? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can share this on our screen.
If you just type that keyword dried mangoes,
I did.
then we'll talk about the results. Yeah.
Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can bring that up. Hold on.
Because despite my opinion that the same as Jiro's, like I think our mangoes are bomb. Like it's really good because I've tried I think the Mexican mango. It's like it's all right.
What?
That's
Okay.
not-
So,
or-
okay, that's when I typed in on the browse. I mean, on this. I
Oh, go
typed in.
to Amazon. Go to Amazon.
Oh, okay. Okay, now
Yeah.
you tell me. All right, hold
Yeah.
on. All right, go ahead. Keep talking. Don't stop while I'm talking. I mean, I'm doing this.
I'm gonna highlight to you why brands in the Philippines need to expand their I'll just call it their dreams. All right, look at that first product, that bestseller. Go yeah. See how many right below the star reviews. You'll
Yeah.
see is that 20,000?
Yep.
They sold 20,000 units. Now go to the Philippine mango. See how many units they sold.
Oh
Just
man.
just go down there. Just go down there a little bit. It's there. It's on the there you
Right
go.
here?
The first one.
Yeah.
800 units. All right. I'm not knocking 800 units. I think they're doing good. But how in the world is that, non-Philippine mango selling 20,000 units? Now that's the puzzle that we're all trying to solve. We're trying to solve that puzzle so we can have, again, that we can shorten the learning curve of launching a product that nobody has heard of in Amazon and introducing it to Amazon customers, because that's the only way that you can get these thousands of units of sales.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds are good, but you do the math. How much are your margins? $2, $5, $10 per unit. Well, multiply that to 100, 500. Well, let's try to multiply that to 1,000, 2,000, and for that product, 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go back to that screen. Why the fact that this one is selling that many? That's insane.
Yeah,
Uh,
once you put your product there in Amazon, someone's bound to buy it. But if you put your product there, you got to make sure that you have a backup of how you want to extend your reach to your customers in Amazon, because Whole Foods is owned by Amazon,
mhm.
right? It's Prime too. So everything is going for their favor. Shipping, marketing dollars, production, logistics, everything else.
Yep,
The best
that's
that
true.
would probably, I think it's probably just outsourced from another company and they private labeled it as Whole Foods 365. So it's not you can't really fault Amazon for that, because they want to try to make money out of a market that has a big share. So that is something that is really needed for a product, the Philippine product. Sorry, a Philippine product in Amazon is just to extend that reach and let other people know that this is good. This is something that you want to try, and maybe hook up with Amazon and see if they can private label your stuff. I don't know.
Well, this is my point. I mean, if I were just to discover at Amazon today, or even thinking, there's so many factors that you need to sort of keep in mind. And you're running a business, so many other things other doing, and so I'm always putting myself to in the eyes in the shoes of an exporter in the Philippines trying to look at this. They're not going to have time to figure this out. And again, this is not a comment that you shouldn't try it. That's
Yeah.
the reason why I'm hoping that we can grow this audience by them tuning into how we can you can try to think about this, maybe even just for this 1 hour
Yeah.
of your time, and you say, okay, well, do I want to, now that I've heard all that, do I really want to go to Amazon? Or, okay, I want to go to Amazon. These guys look like they know what they're doing. I'll keep listening to it. Or I definitely going to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's why what I'm hoping is that we can get more people to watch it and understand it, because I want to see more. Like Philippine Brands is already doing well. I mean, that's 800, not bad, but that is ridiculous though. 20,000. And
Yeah.
it says, to me, it's just, okay, nice pictures. It says organic mango, and that you also have Whole Foods, just like Jiro. You can't beat that.
Yeah. And again, when you're the question that's on the screen is, are you ready? It's not, it's not that are you ready? You got everything in line. It means, are you ready to commit? And
Oh, I like that.
yeah, these people who are like right in front of us, Ed and Ferdinand, they've really done great things to help M2 out to be out there. And if you really want people to trust here in the United, it's just fortunate that I'm here in the US and I'm bringing the M2 here. You have to talk to them. You have to reach out to them and see how they can serve you as a Philippine product, because they're just one email away, one messenger text away, I guess.
Yep.
To the knowledge that they have and the experience that they have of logistics and bringing the product here and marketing. So it's on you now as a Philippine brand to commit and see how Ed and Ferdinand and maybe myself can help you out and how to bring your products here. And on your end as well, you have to focus on the quality of the product that you're selling, because the quality that's the longevity of your product. It's not, if people from the get-go have the impression that your product is not good, that will stick. So it has to be, at least there's that one point that your product is good at, and then let's leverage that. So yeah, ask Ed, ask Ferdinand, whatever services they can help you with, and that's where you can start.
The products that are currently behind me, I believe in these products right behind me, and technically, I think they have it committed to wanting to go on Amazon. But I just want to acknowledge some of the products that are in my background. Okay, these are all amazing products in the Philippines. They need to be here. They need to have a plan. But some I find that they may mentally be not ready, but I think the products are. It's just a matter of just like you said earlier, you need to be compliant in certain things, and I think it's all good. How about you, Ed? What do you think of that? What else do you think on this segment? What do we need to consistently tell Philippine brands on how to get themselves ready, sir?
All right, so I was gonna raise my hand because I'm gonna forget everything I was about to say. So let me start with where Jiro kind of left off. So, like you said, like you have to be prepared. Yeah, you do have to be prepared. If you have 20,000 orders waiting, like for this dried mango, you kind of have to be ready to deliver. Okay, but but here's my big but. I think that's a good problem. Honestly, I think that's a good problem because you know why? I think you can it's going to be easier for you to find financing, and it's going to be easier for you, like mentally, all the brands there in the Philippines, to really say, let me dive in here, let me lean like deeper in it, because you have I don't want to call it proof of concept because you have a product already, but you have proof that there is demand for your product. Because I can be here and like, all right, I'm ready, you're ready. But like when we launch and when we your listing and your product go live in Amazon and we hear crickets, no one's buying it. Well, guess what? You have a lot of homework that you've done, time, money, everything you've invested on it, and you're not getting any return for. And so although I do understand that it might be overwhelming if you do play the big game, I think overall in the long run, I think it's worth it. So that's my opinion. Another one is, yeah, go ahead, Ferdinand.
No. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
So the next one is this, and I want people to just like imagine this. All right, this one, this mango 365. There's 20,000 people at least that bought this product. Okay, and 800 bought the one that's Philippine brand. All right, in any business, you're just trying to borrow customers, or you're trying to steal customers away from other businesses, right? People either like Coke or Pepsi. Sometimes they'll drink both, but Pepsi and Coke are just like they're just trying to take customers from each other. And so this mango is can be a good example for Philippine brands. They can take a chunk of this 20,000 customers from that like this. I know it's organic. I don't know if Philippine brand is, but they can take a chunk of these 20,000 customers buying this product and sway them towards their side. And so that's the opportunity here, because there's a lot of I know unique products from the Philippines that don't have any competition here. Now, like for Jiro's product, it's tea. It's a ready to drink tea. And so me and Jiro are doing a lot of brainstorming. It's like, oh, how can we market and present this better to the audience here, and actually listen to and find out who his customers are, so we can lean more into it and spend less dollars advertising, but getting the most bang for our buck. So meaning like for every dollar we spend, we can generate a good amount of sales.
Exactly.
And so that's just my 2 cents on that.
No, you gotta ramp that up. It's not 2 cents anymore. It's your dime, because inflation, just like everything else, is higher now. So anyway, all of your points are well taken. And again, what our viewers should take away from it is that great market, but you still need a lot of sort of educating. And I'm the one who's going to keep repeating this over and over again. Okay, so try to stay tuned with this, because our goal here is to really teach a lot of Philippine brands to get into the Amazon market. I talk to you right there like this because at the end, these two gentlemen are more experienced than me They know what it is like to be an Amazon. But I am, telling you guys that if you want to take part of that, I want to be able to empower all of you to go and get some nuggets of wisdom from these two, because one, both of them are doing that on Amazon now. They're having their challenges. They're not telling you that they're this super successful Amazon guy. What we're trying to just give you is the reality of having your products from there, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to have a lot of amazing ideas how to make it better. It's just that you're trying to get in there. You're trying to get into the neighborhood. You're trying to get the lay of the land, so to speak. And that's just how I look at it. And that's what I bring Jiro and Ed to this live stream. So anyway, let me go ahead and end this segment here. We're calling this the Philippine Brands on Amazon. So next one, we'll just wrap it up because we're going a little bit over time, but I love this conversation. So why don't we go ahead and take another quick break, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so that particular commercial that we just showed you is those are arts and crafts. That's another segment altogether that we can bring up a little bit later in future episodes of Dear Filipino Brands. All right, so we're coming to a close, and this segment is called Why Amazon? It's Too Compelling. Let's just make a quick comment on why you guys think Amazon's too compelling, even though technically I think we've already made a case for it. But again, so let's close it up. Let's go ahead and tell everybody why they need to go to Amazon, or at least make Amazon a good chunk of their marketing activities in terms of bringing their products to the U.S. Again, we'll start with you, Ed.
Yeah, everyone running a business knows about competition, about what it takes to run a successful business, what it takes to maintain a successful business. We're not trying to convince anyone, but we are trying to just reach out and really talk to people that are thinking or considering selling on Amazon. We're not trying to sell a course. We're not saying it's easy. We're not saying, oh, we'll new heaven and earth and deliver it in a silver platter. That's not the case. But what we will do is that we will tell you about the ecosystem. We will tell you how to get point A to point B, all the way to the whole alphabet. And we will have discussions with you. If that's what you're looking for, if that's one of the goals for your business, we'd love to help. So yeah, we'll be more than happy to chat, email, text, as long as you are willing and you're partly ready or whole ready. Doesn't matter. Conversation won't hurt.
Ed Santos is standing by. All right. Let's go ahead and hear from Jiro. Let's wrap that up as far as why you think Amazon is so compelling. You have the one thing I like about Jiro and his approach to the business. He's a very straight up guy, and when you hear something from him, he very transparent, and that's why I asked him to be here, so you give that perspective of a Philippine brand. Because right now, a lot of people that will watch this are probably still scared. They have no idea, right? And like Jiro said, we don't want to overly hype it, but he's here so that he can give you a perspective from a Philippine brand's perspective, obviously, to give you the feeling of what it's like. So I'll end this segment with you, Jiro, as far as why, but addressing why, even though you may be like that, why Amazon is still very compelling.
Yeah, it's compelling because everybody shop. It's not that easy. Oh, it's not that hard for people to see your product there once they search the right keywords or once they know your brand. As a business owner, the most challenging part is to, number one, convince your customers that your product is good. And number two, if they do get convinced, they will share that to people, and you will get overwhelmed with the orders that you're going to get, especially, if your product is a niche for Filipinos and Filipinos find out that you're in Amazon and you're convenient to get. So it's compelling because personally for me, I see like what if the future is good, and what if I fail, or what if I mishandle something. So that's what I'm not afraid, but that's what challenges me to move forward, is that the fact that what if I become too popular, or what if the product becomes too popular and we get overwhelmed with a bunch of orders. It's a good problem to have, but at the same time, it's not easy to be anxious about. It's not, you know, yeah, it's not easy to be anxious about it. So yeah, go to Amazon when you feel like you have the right help and the right products. And again, these people can help you reach and be in Amazon, at least just to start getting discovered as a Philippine brand.
Mhm. So this is your ground floor opportunity to just sort of learn what it's like, because again, I've always just wanted Emporium to be that kind of company that will try to help Filipino brands becoming, be a part of the U.S. Sort of like my analogy, which I will bore these guys again on my analogy, is that I think of Emporium sort of like anyone who is coming here for the first time and has no idea what the lay of the land is, and all we're trying to do is sort of guide people into the direction that they should go. We're not telling you we're going to be amazing. You're going to be amazing if you follow us, but it's just more like we're just trying to tell you where people have already treaded and walked, and see if they had success. Maybe you shouldn't walk there, but no one here in this group is telling you that once you talk to us we're going to be amazing. But yes, you're probably going to cut your time and research in half, so to speak, because a lot of the people, I mean, these two guys especially, have already experienced a lot of the things that you probably want to get to, and we're willing here to teach you guys how to do that in these shows. Okay, so with that being said, I want to go ahead and end this amazing 1.5 or almost 1.5 hours of content regarding Amazon. So the other episodes that we're going to be talking about or doing is still going to be called Dear Filipino Brands, but we're going to focus on each aspect of being on Amazon. So we're going to stretch it out, have discussion. So hopefully anybody watching this now, share it with other Filipino brands or Filipino businesses and let them tune in. It's not really just for Filipino brands. It's also could be someone here in the US wanting to sell on Amazon. Maybe you came up with the product that's Filipino inspired and you want to sell it there. And it's the same thing here. We're just showing that the premise that, learn the basics from us, and then at least you don't want to be bogged down with a lot of research, at least not in the beginning. So I want to go ahead and remind all of you, you've been watching Dear Filipino Brands. It's an Emporium live stream. And what we just accomplished right now is the segment was called Let's Unleash Your Brand Globally Through Amazon. And I had the pleasure of talking to, and hopefully have more conversation with these guys, Jiro Tamasi of M2 USA. He is the marketing guy. He doesn't want me to call him director. He might think that's too big or something, but I'll call him the marketing guy for
No guy either. No guy.
marketing dude. I don't know,
Just
man. Marketing.
just
Just
marketing.
marketing. and then you got Ed Santos of Bench Trading Post that I have yet to even really talk to this gentleman because he has so much idea. He's keeping it under his cowboy hat there, which by the way, it's a good look. I love it, Ed. I like it, man. Yeah.
Much obliged.
Yeah, man. Okay, pretty soon you're gonna
Watching
be.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, I know. I got to get one of those hats too, man. But anyway, so also, if you're watching it, please subscribe and share the content. That's how we create awareness of Philippine products and as well as the movement. And then also reminding you that we're going to be doing the show at least once a month. And again, the beginning of the show, we told you, the quote was the power of community is in its ability to inspire, motivate, and uplift its member. And that's our goal. Now, watch our next show. Our next show next week, it's called Flexing Philippines. That's another type of show where we actually will be interviewing somebody who's already bringing in products from the Philippines. The guest, her name is Cello Coppage. She's from Barong Warehouse. And then please stay tuned for our March 30th. It's an in-person seminar in Las Vegas. We get to do our little seminar on how to source, ship, and sell Philippine-made products in this cute little Asian store, Asian grocery store called Orient Pearl Market, and the owner is Anne Clarice Ganadillo. And of course, I want you to stay tuned for more of this type of episode called Dear Filipino Brands next month, or maybe even more, depends on how busy these guys are, and share it with you. But in the meantime, please reach out to EmPHorium, give us your question. We'll go ahead and forward it to these guys if they have any other maybe tidbits of wisdom they want to give you. Gentlemen, is there anything else that you want to add on?
I'll just say, you can do it.
Good. Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it. Okay.
Do or do not. There is no try.
There is no try. I should have put
Yoda.
that. I should have ended it with that. Okay. So, but with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how we can. I wanted to get that quote, but I can't seem to locate it at the moment, man. So let's see. Well, I guess I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody and leave it at that. So I'm going to guys take you out, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Okay, so take care, Ed. I appreciate you being on the show. We'll see you next time. All right, take out Ed. And then Jiro, thank you for being the show again, my friend. We'll talk soon. All right, so we're ending the show. Thank you so much again for watching Dear Filipino Brands. Let's unleash your brand globally. I hope you've enjoyed the content that we just provided, and hopefully it resonated to you. Because in the end, that's all we're trying to do. So with that being said, let me go ahead and end the show. Put on some music. So please be well, be thankful, and be amazing, people.